welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go a story titled, I had the opportunity for revenge, but I couldn't do it. And shout out to Gabriel for sending me this story. And guys, this story is about a guy. He has a girlfriend, thought he had a good thing going, and lo and behold, one day somehow discovers evidence that she's cheating on him for like a year. But here's the crazy part. Not only is his girlfriend cheating on him dealing with that pain, he finds out that she's been cheating on him with his best friend. So-called best friend. And the social circle, his friends, guys and gals and all that, they all knew and kept it from him. I mean, talk about just one thing after another. And our guy, as you're going to see, initially plans to go scorched earth. And who can blame him? Well, then realizes, you know what? That's not me. However, you're going to see how living a good life is the best revenge here. And let me go over here. And like I said, guys, while I love to give you a good scorched earth story, we all love those. Sometimes it's not who people are, but living a good life also is the best revenge. Because most people are miserable in their lives. And by you living well, oh, that's salt in the wound to those types. And that'll also be a good one to go over here just to show you. Sadly, you got to pay attention to all the red flags and pay attention to people around you. Never blindly trust people. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. And sadly, don't freely give to everybody thinking that they're going to treat you accordingly. And you're going to see that. So it starts off saying, I found out a month ago that the love of my life and my best friend have been having an affair for at least the past year. Right there. First sentence. Oh my God, that's awful. After looking into it more, not only did our so-called friends know, but they also have been actively hanging out with them. I'm a socially awkward individual, so making friends for me is hard. I met all of them through my so-called best friend, so I guess it's natural they chose him over me. I hated all of them. They all knew? His so-called friends all knew about this? Good Lord. I don't care how socially awkward you are and all, it doesn't mean nobody deserves this. This is terrible. I spent 24/7 with one of them when their parent died because they didn't want to be alone and were a danger to himself. I was also there for another when her boss was harassing her and she needed help finding a new job. I let another of these friends stay at my place for free 3 months because his parents kicked him out when he told them that he was gay. All 6 of these a-holes have been through so much, and I was there for them, every one of them. Good God. I mean, this guy, he may be socially awkward, but he's a good guy, does things for people. Now I realize they all just kept me around to use me when they needed, including my girlfriend and so-called best friend. I helped the man start his business when no one would invest in him, still hasn't really taken off, and he still asks for my help from time to time to do things. Yeah, meanwhile he's banging his wife. I've been working day and night to help her pay her medical bills from her surgery after she had an accident. I've been out of the house for a few months because my mother was sick. And I need help to help her. But I still commute back 10 hours every weekend to make sure my girlfriend is doing all right. Oh, my mistake. I thought this was his wife, his girlfriend here. Oh, thank God he's not married to her. I've gone through her phone and seen all the pictures, the flirty messages, and the group chats. Well, how did he go through her phone? Did he just suspect things were going on and he did some recon while she was asleep or in the shower? All of them planning outings, meetings, and whatnot. I've seen the disparaging messages about me, the I love yous, and the basic flip-flopping between still loving me, leaving me, and not wanting to hurt me anymore, and then realizing they need me. They still all need me. I was pissed, and I mean I was angry, and I scared myself. You're allowed to be pissed. You're allowed to be so angry that you do scare yourself because it's warranted, for goodness sake. It's healthy. Just don't do crazy things that make you end up in prison. Not for these a-holes. The thing about being the go-to guy for help and being the quiet one is that people trust you. They tell you things that can get you in a lot of trouble. I spent the past month preparing my plan, getting everything in order to absolutely implode their lives in a way you can never recover without someone coming to help you out. But who will help them? Not me, and they can't ask each other because they will all be in the same boat. Hey, I got no problem with this. So everything was ready. I had pictures, videos, and text logs. The lease would have been up in December, and I was not renewing that. I have a new job lined up, which would pay less, but I know I will enjoy. All my main items were out, and the rest I didn't care for. I pretended to go out to my mom's. I waited an hour and came back. I could see them through the windows, him and her cuddling and kissing while they all sat around, chatting like it's a regular day. I took pictures of the scene. I was ready to send a text and emails, basically ready to set their lives ablaze. Again, nobody can blame this guy. These people are scumbags, and they're all in on it. But I couldn't. No matter how much someone has hurt me, I can't be responsible to ruining someone's life. So in other words, that's just not who he is. We love good revenge stories. These people deserve it. But this is, guys, like, you know what? This isn't who I am. And you know what, guys? Usually people that are scumbags eventually get it in the end. Because they just cross enough people, or it's amazing how karma works. Just sadly, you're never usually there to see these things happen. Sure, they did things to me, and I was just unearthing them. It would still have been my decision that burned them all, and there would have been collateral damage to people who did nothing. I'd come this far and had to do something, so I just sent the picture in a group chat and looked in. One by one, they checked the message and started panicking, I guess. At least you're doing that. One of them finally spots my car, and I can see them all look at me. I don't know what was going on in their heads. Was it panic, regret, guilt, sadness? Who knows? I started my car, and as I'm driving off, my ex came out barefoot in the cold, moving as fast as she could in her state. So she's chasing after him. Come back, come back. It was a mistake. No, bitch, it wasn't a mistake. I don't know if she was crying because of guilt or regret, but I didn't care, and I drove off to my mom. Hey, leave him in the dust. He didn't renew the lease. She's probably living with him and mooching off him. They called me a bunch of times and sent me thousands of messages. Okay, I'm assuming this is his girlfriend, his so-called best friend, and the other friends. I used to read them all of them. With each one, I felt less and less care about them. It went from asking for forgiveness to anger to groveling, basically to questions about how they will do things that I used to do for them. Really? How are they going to support themselves? How are they going to do that when this guy isn't around? Man, talk about a bunch of losers and users. I don't care. I'm getting a new phone number on Monday. I still get a new sobbing voicemail from my ex every 20, 30 minutes asking me to come back. I could text my so-called best friend to come back and beat him up, that he would sell everything he owns and give it to me. Bullshit. My friends apologizing for their parts and wanting to be pals again. I don't know what drives this, but they all know I've read some of them. What about the money he invested in his friend's startup business? I'm hoping it's not too much there. I think I'm over this. I don't feel angry anymore. I just feel happy. I didn't do what they did to me. I would never have been satisfying for me. So this guy, he says socially awkward, but guess what? There are lots of socially awkward people in this world that are good people, and he helps people, and they just take advantage of him. But he doesn't want to be that guy that unleashes hell and revenge, and, it's his life. It's his choice. But success is the best revenge. Leaving people in the dust, living a good life is the best revenge. Now we're going to do an update here. I'm just going to mention a few things, because obviously their lives aren't going well. He says, hi, everyone. I happen to remember this account, so I decided why not to update you all. First of all, my mom is doing much better and is prepping for a 5K. Her goal is to complete one in 2025. If his mom went from being sick to now running a 5K, I know it's like 3 miles and change, but still, that's a big thing. Thank you all for your well wishes. I would like to tell you everything with me is going great and I'm doing amazing. That my ex-friends and girlfriend are doing terrible and are destitute. Life isn't a movie or storybook, and things don't work out the way we would like them to be. But I can get pretty close to one. I'm doing amazing. Well, that's great, man. The fact that you're living a good life, there you go. My new job has been one of the most fulfilling experiences of my life. Since I stopped paying for the unnecessary medical bills and rent for a place I never cared for, I saved up so much money. I decided to finally invest that money in something worthwhile, myself. Yes, the best investment you can make is in yourself. In other words, also, look how much money he's saving, not spending it on his girlfriend. It's amazing how much guys save once they no longer have a girlfriend or wife who's a moocher. I didn't hit the gym or anything, but I did get some work done on my teeth. They had minor issues, and when they shaped up for the crown, it removed the layers. Blah, 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 blah. It was a boost in confidence. I started buying more and more clothes and building outfits. I started anti-anxiety medication, which has brought me out of my shell. I feel so much better. I met someone a few weeks ago who's just been talking through text and seems to be going well. Great, man. If you're happy, I'm happy. You're doing things to improve yourself. And you're feeling better about yourself and getting out there. And just take your time with this girl and stop this texting shit. You want to date her, ask her out. Go on a real fucking date. But be careful and be mindful. And don't spend a shitload of money on that first date or early dates until you're getting some. Don't make the mistakes you made before, just opening yourself up and giving so much to people that haven't earned it yet. I don't really know what's going on with the people I left behind. I heard rumors that they came from a long chain of people. So don't trust them really. My ex and ex-best friend are having a baby, which has caused financial issues for them with a medical debt and struggling business venture, but are somehow making it work. Well, they're struggling, so that's funny in itself. The hell with them. The girl whom I helped get a job was caught in an affair with her boss, and who threw her under the bus professionally to save himself, but seems to have landed on her feet because the company wanted to avoid a scandal. Another one of them has gotten engaged to his girlfriend. Last I remember, he was single, so I don't know how long they've been involved. The one I housed for 3 months is doing fine as well, but may have gotten an STD from one of his one-night buddies. I have no info on the last dude. Well, they've proven through their actions they're all assholes, so sooner or later they're going to get it. So a mixed bag of good for me and a little bad for them, but not terrible. Just normal life issues. It's as close as one gets to karma, I guess. The last contact I had with my ex was an email 6 months ago. She detailed how sorry she was about the fallout of her actions. She's not sorry. She's just sorry she got caught and couldn't keep mooching off you for so long. The hell with her. Apparently, she just fell in love with him and was while still loving me and didn't really know how to proceed from there. No. You don't cheat on someone, have a year-long affair with the so-called best friend, and still love the person that you're cheating on. That's a bunch of crap. No. Apparently, she said it was a bad time for her, and she relied on me so much that made her get resentful, and something about being with him made her feel in control. Well, I can actually believe that part about her feeling in control, but at the end of the day, the hell with him. This guy was helping her out with all his money and stuff, and that's how she repaid him. She ended how much she regrets her actions and the hurt she caused me, but doesn't regret loving me or him, and she still loves us both and will always be here if I need her. No thanks. I've seen how you are with someone who loves you and all that. No thanks. I never responded because there was no need. I can understand her perspective in this. Doesn't mean I condone her actions, but I can somewhat forgive her and move on from this permanently. Dude, you can forgive so you don't walk around hating your heart, but don't forget. And she's a piece of shit. There's no understanding her perspective here. Humans are complex, and so is love. Sometimes we hurt the ones we love the most. No. Kids will sometimes say things to their parents that are hurtful because they're teenagers and they're pissed off at the world and all that, and other things. But like this, no. I disagree with that element there. While I don't like her for her actions, I do believe she loved us both. She deserves to have any reason. She doesn't seem to have any reason to lie. Anyway, goodbye. So have a good evening, guys, and don't spend your energy getting upset on anything on my behalf. Well, anyhow, if he's happy, I'm happy, and he got out of there, and he could have destroyed their lives, but he's like, you know what? That's not who I am, and so be it, because some people just aren't that way. Somebody say I want to be the better person here, and usually I disagree with that because I think some people do deserve things, and one deserves who's been done wrong to see, some scorched earth, but eventually people that are a-holes, it's going to come back to them one way or another. So I'm glad he's doing better in his life and moving on. But I hope he doesn't make the same mistakes and attract the same people in his life, or he'll be dealing with the same shit years down the road. That's all I can hope for. I hope he learns. Now some comments here, by the way, what's really cool is the comment section. Reddit, as you all well aware, can be full of psychos. But sometimes there's some nice people helping guys out. And a lot of people are saying nice things, encouraging things to this guy. So I'm going to read some of those just to show you it can be encouraging. One guy says here, that's brutal. But kudos to you for eradicating their presence in your life and creating a fresh start. I can't imagine what you must have felt reading all those messages. I hope you find a wonderful friends and a partner who deserved you in every way. I agree. Another guy says, let me do it. Please. I have no problem hitting the big red button and burning their lives to the ground. They've done it to themselves. You can stay the bigger person, and you can let this petty stranger do the dirty work for you. I love that. Basically scorched earth people for hire on Reddit. You sound like a decent person who didn't deserve the hurt, especially to this extent. Good luck in the next chapter of your life. The only way is up. Exactly. One more. You may not see it, but your silence is the revenge. None of them get the closure that will make them feel better. You did it. You did. You only sent one message, watched their reactions, and drove away, and then ghosted each one of them. Yeah, I guess that's right. He never responded to anything. Sent the message with the proof. Goodbye. And they're all scrambling. That is badass. The way you handle it just throws in their faces that you're the better person. You got to choose the ending of this chapter in your life. Be happy, be proud. Don't let this incident define your future. Amen. And the whole comment section is full of people supporting this guy, which is really nice. Anyway, guys, not a groundbreaking story, but just goes to show what happens when you're blindly give to people and how sadly people can take advantage of you, but how sometimes just walking away and leaving them in the dust is the best revenge, because eventually life will give it back to the people that do others wrong. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find a good story to share, email me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and if it works for the channel, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.